Cynthia Rothrock has starred in 8 Cantonese movies, but she can barely speak a word of Chinese. So how does she feel when she sees herself on the screen speaking perfect Cantonese?
Well, when I first saw my first picture, it was really strange, and I went, oh, and then I became accustomed to it over the years. But it was funny because when I was just in Los Angeles, I took some friends of mine to see The Blonde Fury, which is playing there, and they were just cracking up laughing, and I couldn't believe it. I said, what's so funny? I didn't realize that it was the voice that they were seeing, that it sounds so different and foreign to other people.
And Cynthia isn't the only American speaking fluent Cantonese, though she may be the only one aware of it. Take Charles Bronson and Someone Behind the Door. Here it is as you might remember it.
Yes, just jot something down. Anything at all.
And now, introducing Charles Bronson, China expert. It's at dubbing studios like this that magical feat is accomplished, and we observe the ATV dubbing team take an English language film and change it into Cantonese. As we shall see later, a TV dubbing studio is different than one for motion pictures. In this case, the actors observe a TV monitor while saying their lines, and these actors can usually complete a 2-hour film in 1 4-hour session. But in many ways, the process is similar. The experience of the dubbing actors is all important. In Hong Kong, most Western films are released theatrically in English with Chinese subtitles and are dubbed into Cantonese only for television. But what about Hong Kong films? With a growing demand worldwide for Hong Kong cinema, there's a large market for our local product dubbed into English. Annie Mathers is director of a company which specializes in doing just that. And we asked her what is involved in turning a Cantonese movie into English.
The first thing you've got to do is work out a script, work the script. I mean, that is after you've settled the budget. So the first thing we'll do is watch the film with the script writer, and then the script writer will go off and write the dialogue, and she or he will know exactly how to lip sync it, so that every single mouth movement is matched with an English mouth shape.
Will the scriptwriter understand Cantonese?
Well, this is a funny thing, because more often than not, the scriptwriter is not Chinese. She or he is American or English, and they don't understand Cantonese, so they use the subtitles. Well, as you know, subtitles are usually very bad in Hong Kong. So it's really dependent. If the film is... Obviously, you've got to get the story right, but quite frankly, sometimes the story has got to be changed because it doesn't hold together. So the film companies tend to give us a lot of artistic license to try to improve upon the film. But of course, if it's a film that was really, in its first place, was really an outstanding film, what should we say, films like, I think, Peking Opera Blues, films like Autumn's Tale, Homecoming, films like that, where the story, it's already first class, then you will work with somebody from the film company to try to get every line, the meaning absolutely exactly as it was intended in the original. If it's an action film where more or less you're selling the film to a different audience, you're not selling it to a Cantonese audience anymore, you're selling it to a Western audience, you're going to change it. And we're permitted that. Our job is to make the film more marketable overseas.
Here are some dubbing actors getting ready to record a scene from Aces Go Places Part 5, starring Sam Hui and Carl Magda. The English versions of Cantonese films are shown as far away as South Africa, but one of the most important functions of these dubbed films is for exhibition at major film marketplaces like the Cannes Film Festival, where exhibitors will purchase these movies for their home markets, Germany for instance, and then those exhibitors will redub the English version into German. Unlike video dubbing, where the actors record the whole film in one session, Annie explained that in movie dubbing, the film is broken down into short segments called loops, and that a film like Aces Go Places Part 5 has over 100 such loops. And the dialogue isn't the only thing which is altered. Now, when you change this, you translate the script into English and you change it somewhat, do you ever change the film in terms of editing also?
Oh yes, sometimes we do. We'll work with the film company to figure out the parts that wouldn't be received well internationally, and then we'll cut those out.
Are there any special problems in translating these Cantonese films into English?
Yes, as I'm sure you're aware, a lot of Cantonese is dialogue, particularly in movies, is very punny. And of course puns don't translate well into English, and you have to make up your own puns. So in fact, if it's fitting, and if we have the scriptwriter is being very creative, which they should be, then we will try to put the same thing in, but in a different way. So it is sensible for English speakers.
So would you say because of that maybe comedies are more difficult than action films to dub?
Yes, comedies, in fact, I find with comedies that we are given license to change the script almost entirely, because it's just untranslatable in the original. If you go straight from Cantonese to English, it doesn't make any sense, because what's funny in Cantonese isn't necessarily funny in English.
This is a scene from the recent Cantonese gangster film, The Killer, starring Chow Yun-fat. Now, since Chow Yun-fat is one of Hong Kong's biggest stars, a number of his films are dubbed each year, and Annie tries to have the same actor dub Chow's voice each time.
I'm innocent!
You're an unusual detective.
The actor there on the right is the voice of Chow Yun-fat.
I can do my job, but no one trusts me.
I get the same problem.
Arrest me!
I'll do it!
Those drugs are
In
totally
The Line of Duty, Part 4 presents Annie with a special challenge, since one of the stars, Michael Wong, doesn't know how to speak Cantonese and therefore originally spoke all his lines in English.
It's not my fault.
Michael, I won't
Is it possible just to dub in Michael's original dialogue?
All right.
Well, we try to as much as possible, because one of the things when you're dubbing somebody who spoke English in English, if you get the lip sync even slightly wrong, it looks very strange. So, in fact, in dubbing his role, we've taken a lot more time and a lot of trouble, because we do it one way and then we notice, oh no, this mouth shape here is not right. Let's change it, and we go back and we do it again a different way.
Well, couldn't you just follow the film script to see what he was saying in English?
Well, unfortunately, no one kept a record of what he said. It would have been a lot easier if that had been the case, that's true.